term, isn't it, Mary?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Even though we're going to recover with our temperatures just a little bit, it's still going to be cold. I mean, after all, it is February, but we don't live at the North Pole, right? We live in Colorado, but it's felt like Fairbanks, Alaska. Never lived in Fairbanks. I'm just saying that's probably what it would feel like. Cheyenne Mountain here, looking at Colorado Springs, you can see where some of the fresh snow is on the ground. Across the lower terrain areas, we're at 11 degrees. We did recover a little bit today. Look at still that cold air really draped across parts of the Mid-South. We've had snow in Galveston, Texas. You should look at the Galveston, Texas webcam. It's not sand, it's snow. It's just, it will blow your mind. It's 77 degrees right now in Orlando. That front still tracking across the southeast, giving way, unfortunately, to a mixed bag of precipitation and a lot of issues across Virginia and parts of Kentucky with ice accretions extending all the way into northwestern Alabama. So Monday for us has still been bitterly cold, but we have improved. We've improved in terms of being back above zero. Tuesday, another embedded wave in this trough that is really plaguing most of the country. You can see it draped across most of the country right now, is going to pivot across the state overnight tonight. That's going to yield more snow across the high country, and you'll notice that is already ongoing here across parts of the Intermountain West, parts of the Panhandle of Idaho, and now we're starting to see some of that snow show up in the western slope of Colorado. So this is more so just going to increase our cloud cover here locally, and we will continue to stay dry overnight tonight. And as our skies continue to stay clear, temperatures are going to drop off near zero for most locations yet again, especially along and east of I-25. Snow will continue to spread across the San Juans and parts of the Central Mountains well through 10, 11 o'clock this evening, and then slowly starting to wrap up into the early morning hours on Tuesday. We'll be waking up with some sunshine here across the Pikes Peak region in Pueblo County, as well as Custer County, Fremont County, a little bit more cloud cover, and the possibility we could have some low clouds still across Springfield and Lamar early tomorrow morning, so still a very cold start. But with that next wave of energy, it is going to trigger a few snow flurries for us here locally after about 4 p.m. on Tuesday. Some of the models are really starting to point at any time after 1 o'clock. That could very well be a possibility. I would just say after the noon hour, we could start to see these flurries flying across the area. And given that our ground surface temperatures are still very cold, it's not going to take much for secondary roads to whiten up just a bit and become a bit slick, especially for some of those elevated surfaces such as bridges and overpasses. So between about 1 and 3 p.m. tomorrow, anywhere between Fountain, Fort Carson, Manitou Springs, parts of Cripple Creek, and even Colorado Springs, we'll start to see some snow. That band of energy spreads south into Pueblo County, parts of Rye, Beulah Valley, Walsenburg, La Veta, and even areas here across Trinidad into those late afternoon and early evening hours. But here's where things get to be a very big cause for concern, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So it is looking like our next little embedded wave of energy is going to actually linger some snow across the region Wednesday afternoon. So you're looking at between 2 and 4 p.m. band of snow developing again on Wednesday. This time it looks like that's just really going to materialize and kind of blossom right over El Paso County, parts of Canyon City, Pueblo West, late into the afternoon hours on Wednesday and into Wednesday evening before finally tapering off closer to midnight. So you could be looking at more of a long-term event on Wednesday where we stack up with that snow a lot quicker in a very short period of time. So a short period of time, 7 hours, you could be talking about a decent 2 to 5 inches of snow on Wednesday. So that'll likely cause some concern for early Thursday morning for travel across the area. Then we will continue to calm down just a bit for the latter half of the week. So to recap, here we are Tuesday morning. So tomorrow morning, most of the snow across the high country. We get those lighter accumulations Tuesday afternoon into Pueblo County, parts of Fremont County, and areas into Trinidad and Walsenburg. And then Wednesday looking like a heavier event for us here, anywhere between 2 and 4 p.m. onward into those late afternoon hours. So that is a look at why some of the snowfall totals are looking like they're a little bit wider in terms of the gap, 2 to 5 inches, especially across Highway 24. As you go a little bit farther northeast into El Paso County, lighter accumulations possible. So Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, that's the system to watch. Thankfully, the silver lining is our temperatures will be a little bit milder. That is comparatively speaking to where we've been over the last few days. Not so much an event for the eastern plains, more so a trace close to an inch possible across parts of the Arkansas River Valley. So Woodland Park, you'll notice tomorrow we're hovering just above freezing. Temperatures are in the 20s Wednesday and Thursday. Our overnight lows are still very cold, so we are still expecting some hard freeze conditions into the overnight hours, but our temperatures will slowly start to recover heading into the latter portion of the week and even the upcoming weekend. I know it's hard to fathom 40s and 50s in the forecast, but you know, this is a sub-arid climate in Colorado. Our air is very dry, as many of you know, and that means, you know, our air heats and cools a lot faster. So yes, it is possible. We've just got to get out of the deep freeze here in Colorado Springs. Back to you guys.
Looking forward to that, Mary. Thank you. Now for a check of what's next on World News Tonight.
This week, the former president's second impeachment trial after the closing argument.